enabled or not? Okay, right. Sorry, yeah, actually I forgot because today some delay, right? No worry, I will start from here at least. Yeah, if you find that it is not recording, then please remind me, because sometimes because of this subject, right, we will forget the recording is not me. Okay, right. Think how much time we lost? Oh, almost 1 hour. Okay, no issues. Okay, some basic commands only, right? So this is commands which are important. Okay, so if you want to copy the directory along with the content inside this, you need to copy with the option -r. File means not required, because file won't contain still more subfolders, right? File you can directly copy, but directory means you need to copy with this -r option. So let us try the same thing. Okay, here D1 directory is there. Okay, so D1 directory, it is containing some files. Okay, so now I want to okay, already MNT is containing, right? Okay, let us consider OPT directory. And yeah, here inside OPT directory there is no D1 directory. Now what I will do, I will try to copy D1 directory into /OPT directory. Now you can check it out, /OPT D1 is there, and inside /OPT is D1, the content is also copied. Okay, now here an interesting thing is, you can in fact copy, you can, if you want to copy only the content, not along with the directory. I want, sometimes some requirement comes, I don't want only, sorry, I want only the content of the D1 directory, not the D1 directory. D1 directory is not required, only the content is required. Then in that case, how can you copy? For example, cp space -r D1 /*/mnt means, here you are saying star means all the files, where, which all the files inside the D1 directory. Okay, now you can copy that one into /mnt. Now press enter. Now inside /mnt, what files will be coming? Test1, test file, test file 2, test file 3, test file 4, test file 5. Like this, all files will be coming into the /mnt directory. Okay, right. So this is how we can copy the directory along with the content. Now multiple directories can also be copied using the cp command, that is cp space -r. One is also, actually we are having one directory like one. Here one directory is there, a directory is there. So cp space -r 1a. So for example, you want to copy, sorry, 1a /opt. Enter. So /opt, you will find 1a here. Okay. To get the background process, copying process displayed on the screen, enable the verbose as. Okay, so now how can you do that verbose? Verbose means, I said, background process. Now let us consider the same copying cp space -rv 1a, and I am trying to copy inside media. There is one more directory called media. Okay, now press enter. Now 1 is copied, 1/2 is copied, 1/2/3 is copied. Okay, where? Into media, into this location. A is copied. Okay, so like this, background process will be displayed here, so that if at all any time taking process is there, any errors are coming, the destination file not exists sort of things are coming, or reading problem is coming, means file cannot be read from the hard disk sometimes, because the hard disk might have the corrupted at that small point. So like these sort of things are coming, then you can clearly understand by enabling the verbose, that is background process. Very important option here. Okay, almost most of the comments are having this verbose. Okay, so this is what the how actually copying process takes place in Linux. Okay, so using cp command, you can do not much of activity, means a very single line activity, multiple steps activities that you usually go with the GUI interface. With a single command, cp command, and a single line instruction, you are going to do with the copy command. Okay, so yeah, this is about this cp command. So please let me know, are you good at this point? If you're having any queries, you can ask. Vipin, Madhu, Naveen, Srinivas, Sunil, Venkat, Venki. Srinivas is good, Venki is clear. Only two are good. Madhu, what about you? So Naveen, what exactly you want me to repeat? Entire copy or okay, let's start. Right. Okay, related to the background process, right? Is that the one you require? Yeah, okay, fine. See, what is background process? Background process means, okay, you are trying to copy a file from one location to another location. That actually happens background. Okay, whether it is happening properly or not, you want to see. So how you want to see? Then in that case, because why you want to see first of all? Okay, I have given an instruction. Let it happen in the background only. Why it should display in the foreground? Were not required. If you feel like that, sometimes there may be some problems, some errors may be, uh, some exceptions may come in the copying process. So in that case, where exactly that copying is getting failed, where exactly that exceptions are coming, at which point, by the time which file it is getting copied. Okay, so you are copying some hundreds of files, but one file is giving problem. To know which file is giving problem, you need to enable the verbose, that is background process. If at all you are not enabling such thing, okay, copying will be failed, but you don't know which file got failed. By the time of which file copying it got failed, you cannot understand. So for that process, to know exactly what file is getting failed, okay, if you know, if you come to know, okay, this file is getting failed, then you will solve that issue on that file, and then you can uh, again recopy, or you can decide what you have to do depending upon the output it has come. So verbose is the most critical thing in almost all the commands of the Linux. You will find this verbose. Okay, depending upon the activity to implement, action to implement, you find most of the commands having the verbose. So you need to enable that verbose usually. Okay, so this is what the main purpose of the verbose. So is that clear, Naveen? Okay, fine. So I am thinking that you others are also good with this. Okay, so Madhu review. Madhu, are you there? R means recursive. V means verbose. So we are both, we are what we are doing is in combination we are doing. Okay, right. Madhu is not there, not sitting in the seat. I think Madhu, if you are technically facing any problem, please let me know. Uh, because actually by the time, by the last moment of the class, you are saying me to go slow. But if your response is not there, then I cannot assume that it is mistake on my side. So please, if any technical problem is there, please chat or please mail to my mail ID. Okay, I will come to you. Fine, I'm going ahead. So currently copying is nothing but copy and paste. Now moving is something like cut and paste. Okay, so in Windows we will do cut and paste, right? So similar activity move command will do. So Linux mv command is used to move files, and besides the move files and directories from one location to another. Apart from moving the files in the sense directories also, it can also rename a file or a directory. Okay, the basic okay. The basic syntax of move command is just mv, and if at all options are there here, brackets, if at all something is kept in brackets means that is optional. If you want to give something, if you want to give, yes you can give. If you don't want to give, not required. Okay, there is a basic functionality for the command. Options will change that basic functionality for customization. Okay, if you want to customize that command's output, yes, you can provide that options. And these are called the tags. I think anchor tags. Okay, anchor tags, if it is something you are providing inside anchor tags, means you have to remove the one that is getting present there, and you have to place something like substitution. Okay, remove the word source and put some source file name or whatever that you want. Here also destination, remove the word destination and put something. Okay, something you need to replace. So that is what the meaning of this anchor and anchor tags and the big brackets. Okay, right. So move command, to rename a file or a directory, it is mandatory that the destination must not exist. That is the one, right? If already the name is existing in the case of Windows also, then you cannot rename with the same name, right? Another file you cannot rename. So let us consider this one. Okay, so fine, I'm clearing the screen. Here ls command is there. So index.html, let me take. So mv index.html is there. Now what I'm doing, I'm trying to rename this one homepage.html. Okay, so when you are renaming this one, this particular file must not exist here. Okay, homepage.html is it there? No, not there. So just press enter. Now you won't find that index.html, you will find the homepage.html only. So this is the one. Okay, so this is how you can rename the file. Now if you want to rename a directory, so how can you rename a directory? dir1. Now you want to rename that one directory 1. Okay, so whether you need to check it out whether directory 1 with the name any file is or file or directory is there. No, not there. Now press enter. Now instead of dir1 you will find only the directory 1, not there. dir1 is not there because you have renamed it. Okay, now to move a single file or more than one file to an existing directory, mv file and directory. Okay, or file, multiple files or directory, the last argument must be directory. Okay, right. Now let us implement the same thing. Now here it is there, mv test file is there. Okay, now I want to move into the directory 1. Now see, directory 1 has got any files? Yes, directory 1 has got the test file. Now I just want to use the wildcard characters. Okay, test file question mark and move on to the directory 1. Now let's check it out. ls directory 1. Now all the file names that are starting with, that are ending with single character, only test file, after that only one character is there. So all those files are moved on to the, moved to the, and moving is completed. Now you won't find here. Okay, moving is completed. Now you won't find the test files because cut and paste I said, right? So you have already moved to some other directory. Right, now okay, now to move a, sorry, to move a file to an existing directory with a different name from source. Now this is also you can do. So how as done for the copy? Now what I am doing is homepage.html is there. Now I want to copy the same thing to directory. So with what? Default.html. Let us consider. Okay, homepage.html, I want to send it to directory 1, but simultaneously I want to rename on the destination side. Now press enter. Now you won't find homepage.html either in this directory or in this directory also you won't find. Instead of homepage.html you find default.html. Now if you open the content of default.html, and it is actually present inside the directory 1. So if you open, now you find the one that you have earlier edited this file. Okay, right. So this is how you have to rename, move and rename the file simultaneously. Okay, so taking backup of a file, yes, see here. Now what happens, sometimes you will unexpectedly copy. Let us consider one file is there. So where is that file? Okay, let me go into this directory 1 only. Okay, here, yes, what I want to do is I want to copy some test file. Okay, sorry, move some test file. If I try to move test file, what happens? I want to move to already existing file is there, test file 7. Okay, if I try to move, what it will say, okay, test file is already there, so test file 7 is already there, so you want to overwrite or not? Okay, no, I don't want to overwrite. Now what I want to do, what it is saying, whenever you want to move a file to a destination location where actually file already exists, so test 3 you want to move, but test file 4 is already existing, so then in that case take the backup of the test file 4, so that it will take the backup of test file 4 and test file 3 will be renamed with or copied or moved with test file 4, but the old test file 4 will be having an extension of dot back. Back means backup, some extension. Okay, anything you can put. You can put your own name also. Okay, so first of all it will be saved and later moving will be done. So let us say, okay, what I will do is, so what is the content of test file 7? So these many lines are there. Simultaneously, what is the content of test file? Okay, you just see the, now I will close this file. This is the last line. And in the case of test file 7, just buy. Okay, so these are the test file 7 contains buy, right? Now what I will do is, before moving, what I will take the backup. So how can I do that one? First of all, take backup with BAK and test file 7. Okay, if for example test file 7 is not there, okay, it happily copies, no problem, it happily moves. Okay, but if test file 7 is also there, destination file is existing, then in that case press enter, what happens? Okay, it is still showing test file 7 is existing. You want to overwrite or not? Yes, if you want to overwrite, press enter. Why? Now what happens? Let us see. Okay, now a file with new name test file 7.back is got created. What, and test file 7 is also there. Now what is the content of test file 7 and test file 7.back? So whatever the content inside test file is there, the same content will be present inside test file 7, but whatever the content was there in old test file 7, that will be present inside test file 7.back. So if you see cache test file 7, so now I will close this file. Okay, now test file is not there. If you see test file is not there, it is moved. Now earlier test file contains this line. Now I will close this file. Now if you go and see this test file 7.back. Okay, so this is the content of the old test file 7. Now currently test file 7 is okay. Okay, Srinivas. Right. So currently, at what point did you have any problem? Anywhere you did not understand? Okay, okay. I will explain that back. Right. See, you want to move the file. That means, okay, you want to move the file from one location to another location. Now, while you want to move the file from one location to another location, then in that case, what happens? Let us consider the at the destination place already that file is existing. Now, if you try to move, what happens? The file will be overwritten. If the file will be overwritten, then data will be lost. Okay, then in that case, for example, you want to move a file to the destination location. Earlier to that, if you have taken the backup of the destination location and save in some other location, and later you move that one, then in that case data will not be lost. Is that okay? Backup is there for the old one. See, continuous confirmations will confirm me that you are with me, you are on par with me. So please confirm continuously. Okay, fine like that. Okay, so you are taking a backup of the file, okay, first, and later you are going to move that file. Then in that case data will not be lost. But taking the backup with cp command or some other cat command and later moving with mv command, that does not look good. A single short command must have to take the backup, simultaneously rename the file or move the file. Okay, so how it is possible? Means there is command like move command, mv command is there. So mv command using an option with suffix hyphen suffix equal to some string dot back or dot chishi or dot sigma, something like that you can put, and you can move some what source file space destination file. In that case what happens? It will first check whether destination file is there or not. If destination file is not there, then in that case it will happily move that file. But if destination file is there, then it will ask, destination file is already existing, whether you want me to override the content or not. Okay, if I say yes, you can override, then in that case what it will do, it will first take the copy of the destination file and later it will move the source file to the destination file. Okay, so backup is there and new content is also renamed or moved. Now backup is also there, new content is also moved with a different name. Now what happens? Old content is there, new content is there, data will not be lost. Is that okay for all of you? Please confirm. Continuous confirmations are good. I'm still saying. Okay, fine. Something like that. Please confirm so that I can go with, I cannot waste this time. Okay. Right. So here, that is what the same activity we are doing. Right. So here, right. I will do the same activity once again. Okay. So here test file 2 is there. Okay. Now I will try to move into the test file 8. So what I will do? Move. If I do something like test file 2 and test file 8, it will, what it will do? It will ask for confirmation. If I press Y, then automatically it will be copied. It will not save any backup file. No backup file is there. Test file 2 is lost and test file 8's original content was lost. New content of test file 2 has come into test file 8. Okay, but data was lost. So, but you want to make a copy. So how in that case, I want to copy test file 3 to, let us consider, let's say test file 8 only I want to copy. Then in that case, I want to take the backup once again. Suffix equal to dot back. Voice is breaking. One second. I think my side it is good. So everyone is getting voice break or voice is breaking, for my voice is breaking for everyone like that only or only for Venkat? Okay, Venkat, please adjust on your side. Actually, others are feeling good. Might be my side it is good, I think. Okay, fine, thank you. Okay, so now what I'm doing is I'm trying to take the backup first and later naturally. See, if at all I need to take backup and later I want it to be moved, then in that case, first of all I need to take the backup using copy command. CP backup I need to take and later I need to move that content. So instead of that, taking backup and also the moving, both the actions will be done with the same command, one single command, that is using this one. Now press this one. Now it is asking whether the content is to be overwritten or not. Now press Y, press enter. Okay, now let us check it out. Press ls. Now test file 8 is there and also one more file, test file 8.back is created. Now what does test file 8 contain? Test file 8 contains the content of test file 3. Earlier test file 3 was there. Now currently it will not be there because you have moved. Now that content will be present inside test file 8. Now what does test file 8.back contain? Test file 8.back contains the earlier test file 8 was there, right? So that file's content will be there inside the test file 8.back. Okay, so this is what the this is what exactly happens behind the this backup operation. Okay, so everyone, is it okay or along with theory and practicals? Srinivas, fine, thank you. Right, one more command is there to move only the files which are latest or updated on the source side, or if the file is missing on the destination side. Okay, let us consider, let me create one file, one directory like this. Okay, let me go to my home directory. CD is the command. Okay, so here what I am doing is dir1 is there, dir2 is there, dir2, dir, okay, like only two directories I am going to create. Okay, so inside dir1 I will create 1, 2, 3 files. Okay, let us consider cat file1. This is file 1. Okay, control D. And one more file, 2 files. Okay, this is file 2. Okay, now what I am doing is I am trying to copy these 2 files. I am one level, I am going back. Okay, so d1, what is the directory? dir1 we have created, right? Okay, so inside dir1 2 files are there, ls dir2 currently no files are there. Now what I am doing is I am trying, first I will try to copy this file 1, sorry, dir, all the content of dir1 I will copy to dir2. Okay, now both the dir1 and dir2, these are having same content. Okay, now what I want to do is I just want to do an experiment. Okay, that only updated files and new files, wherever destination files, on the destinations file, if the file is not existing, then it has to be moved. Let us consider I am going to create one more file where on file 3 I am going. This is file 3. Control D. Okay, now dir1 contains 3 files while dir2 contains only 2 files. Now while moving the content of dir1 to dir2, only the new files must be moved. Or what again I want to do, I want to append some data to already existing file, that is file 1. This is second line. Okay, I have appended some content to already existing file 1 of dir1. Now see the content, dir1 file 1 is there. This has 2 lines, whereas the file 1 of dir2 directory contains only 1 line. That means file 1 both names are same, but the content inside the file 1 of dir1 is different. The content inside the file 1 of dir2 is different. The file 1 of dir1 got updated. It is added with some content. Now file 2 of dir1 is similar to file 2 of dir2. I did not change anything. File 3 of dir1 is there, but in dir2 file 3 is not there. Now what I am trying to do is I am trying to do copy of the content of dir1 to content to dir2. Now what I will do is, or sorry, move. Okay, not copy, move, right? So how I will move that one, we can check it out. So what is the command here? Move hyphen, okay, move hyphen small u, updates, only updates of dir1. So now paste it. Okay, now what happens? Just press enter, or otherwise okay, just press enter. Okay, see here it is asking for file 1 is there, you want to update, it does not, just press Y. Okay, press enter. Now what happened, already file 2 is there. Okay, it knows actually both the file 2 of dir1 and dir2 both are same, so it is not required for file 2 getting updated onto dir2. So for that reason it is not an updated file, no changes are done on the file 2. So that is the reason no overwrite option. Okay, dir1 contains file 2, you are asking me to move, but if I move, then in that case overwrite will be happening. Whether I need to overwrite or not, it is not going to ask, because file 2 is not the updated version, it is the similar version of file 2 of dir2. File 2 of dir1 is same as file 2 of dir2, so no update operation is done. So that is the reason no moving was done. Whereas file 1 is not same on dir2. File 1 of dir1 is different from file 1 of dir2. So the file 1 of dir1 is updated when compared with the file 1 of dir2. So that is the reason move operation asked for an override. So if at all you need to override, yes, I will override. If no, then no. Now what is the content of dir2? file 3 has also comments it here, because there is no requirement of asking whether file 3 needs to be overwritten or not, because file 3 is already a new file, because dir2 does not contain file 3. Now if you go, what is the content of dir1? Now dir1 contains only file 2, because file 1 got moved, file 3 got moved, but file 2, since both file directory 1 or dir1 and dir2 has same versions of file 2, same content in file 2 files, okay, so it is not moved, only the differences are moved. File 1 is different from the file 1 of dir2, file 3 of dir1 of course not at all present inside dir2, so only these two files are moved onto the destination directory. Since file 2 is not moved, so it is stayed back in the dir1 only. So that is what only file 2 is getting displayed in dir1, while file dir2 is displayed with all the three files. Original file 2 was there, and now currently new file 1 has come, and file 3 newly has been created in the dir2 with the content of the file 3 of dir1. The same file is moved into the dir2. So this is how actually the update operation, u remains for u represents update, okay, update of the directory, right? So this is about the moving of the files, okay. So any doubts, any clarity required, clarifications? So what is the point that confused you? Srinivas, what is that actually confused you? Naveen, are you okay? Okay, Naveen is okay. Others? Okay. What about the others? Other than Srinivas? Okay, Venki is okay. 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 Let me spend one more minute for Srinivas, so that for others also it will be repeated. Right. Right. See, updates. Updates means what? Whatever the new things are at the source, destination will be getting the updates, right? So updates means new things, only the new things. Old things we don't call them as the updates, only the new things are called the updates. So u represents updates. On dir1, on the source side, you find new two updates. What are they? One is file 3 got newly created, another one is file 1 that is updated with some content, whereas file 2 is already present in the destination side, and the content is also not changed. So three files are there: file 1, file 2, file 3. File 1, it is having new content from the file 1 of the dir2. File 3, of course the file is not at all present on the destination, that is dir2. Okay, so now if at all an update is to be copied onto the direct destination side, two updates are only there, that is file 1 and file 3. Only those two files will only be moved, sorry, if copy not moved. So if those files are moved, then in that case file 2 will not be moved, because file 2 is already similar with the destination directory file 2. So since those two files are only moved, file 2 remains in the source location only. File 1 and file 3 will be moved onto the destination side. Okay, so we have created file 3, we have added some content on the file 1. Okay, so now is that okay? So these two are the updates on the source side. Now they got updated onto the destination side, they got moved onto the destination side, and file 2, since it is not an update, it is not moved. Since it is not moved, it remained in that source location only, because it has already a copy of itself on the destination side. Okay, so now is it okay for you, Srinivas? Confirm once again, is it okay for you? Okay. Right, removing of files or directories. So until now we have created the files, we have copied the files, we have moved the file some other location, it will be present moving the files, but now I don't want that files to be existing on my file system. Okay, so for that purpose I want to remove the files or the directories. So command rmdir. So rmdir is a very simple command. It is used to remove single directory or multiple directories that have no content inside that. This command is useful to ensure if you are deleting an empty directory or not. See, you are trying to delete whenever you want to delete an empty directory. Empty directory means the directory that has no content. Okay, if the directory does not have any content, yes, you can remove that with rmdir command. If the directory has content, then you are having one more command called rm command. We are going to see in the next slide. So rmdir command is useful only to remove the empty directory. So let us consider, okay, rmdir command removes not only single directory, it removes multiple directories also. Okay. If you want to see the background process, now see here, to verbose the background process, verbose means coming into the front end. Okay, to verbose the background process while removing the directory, so you can use the -v option always. Okay, to delete the nested directory. So this point I will explain once again. Earlier to that, let me show you the practicals. Okay, so what I will do is I will try to create one directory, test dir. Okay, or else I will create 1 to 5. I already, I think I said this syntax, creation of multiple directories. Okay, at the same time. So where is, okay, fine. Test dir 1, dir 2, test dir 3, 4, 5. Okay, 5 files already got created, 5 directories already got created, right? Now, do these directories have content? No, these directories do not have content. That means empty directories. Now, how can I remove that empty directory? So, rmdir testdir one directory I am trying to remove. Okay. Now check it out. Type ls testdir1 is not there. Now, this command is useful to remove. Sorry, rmdir testdir 2 testdir 3 and test dir 4 also you can multiple directories you can remove. Now press enter. Now type ls. So all the directories were lost. Now if you want to verbose this test dir 5. Okay, means while removing background process must be displayed, so it will display removing directory test dir 5. Okay, so this is the removing of single directory, removing of multiple directories, and removing of directories with verbose. Verbose means background process. Okay, so let me see, one of our friends has asked some doubt. So why we need to use dir command while removing by using only rm command? We can remove files, I think so. Okay, Naveen, dir command I am not using. Please understand, rm space dir not. rmdir entirely is one command. Okay, so please understand, is di I am not combining two commands. It is not something like combining of two commands. Though rm command is there, though dir command is there, rmdir command is not the combination of two commands. Rmdir is also another command. Rm command is there, dir command is there, rmdir another command is there. Okay, rmdir command is the one which is used to remove empty directories. Okay, so you may ask, you can directly remove using the rm command, right? What is the use of removing using rmdir? Because rm command is used to remove the directories having content. If at all the directory is having content, then rm command is useful to remove. But you want to remove only directories which do not have content. You want to ensure, okay, this directory does not have content, so that I want to remove. Now for ensuring that that directory is not having the content, it is better to run rmdir command. Now if you implement on a directory something like rmdir test dir star, now what happens? Test dir from 1 to 5 it will try to remove. Out of the test dir, let us consider test dir 4 having content. Now that test dir 4, you are thinking that okay, it does not have the content. Okay, but you unexpectedly trying to remove that file. Now if you implement rmdir, now what happens? This command gets failed. Rmdir test4 cannot remove the directory because it has some content. It will throw some error. Okay, so for that purpose rmdir is very useful command. Okay, fine. Now to delete the nested directories, see what is nested directory? Nested means what? You might have come through the programming language. Nested for loop, nested if conditions, nested while loops. What is this? Nested if means what? If inside if. We call that one as a nested if. Yes, inside the directories. So directories inside the directories. We call that one as a nested directories. See, RMDIR actually works on the directories which do not have the content, right? Then Simon, what is the meaning of this nested again? Nested means something contained in the directory. Now, see here actually I provided some example, right? I want to remove the directory 1, D1 with the help of the rmdir command. Now, while I want to remove this directory with the rmdir command, it must not contain any content. That is what the definition, right? Until now we discussed. It must not contain it must not contain any content. Then nested means it will be containing some content, means directory inside the directory. Now what exactly the secret behind this means? Yes, D1 contains D2. D1 contains only D2 in this case. Okay. And D2 contains only D3. D3 contains only D4. D4 contains only D5. And D5 contains nothing. So in such a case, what happens? If you implement the command rmdir along with the -p option and providing the path, it will check whether the last directory D5 is having the content or not. Okay, so if it does not have the content, okay, then in that case it will remove the content D5. Simultaneously you are asking to your P you have provided, that means remove along with the parent directories, means D5 is you are going to remove D5, remove along with its own parent D4. Now D4, now once the D5 got removed, now it does not contain any directory. It is there is no content inside D4. Now remove the D4 also. Now after removing D4, D3 does not contain any content. Yes, remove that one. What if D5 has any content? No, if it will not be removed. Simple thing. Throws an error. Okay, you have to use some other command like rm. Okay, so that is what here the condition here is. This happens only when the mentioned path is the only path under D1 directory and the last directory D5 does not have the content. It must not have any content, and from D1 the last until D5 there is only one path. Means under D1 D2 directory is there and one more directory with name Shashi is there. No, not possible. It has to only one directory must be there. Inside D1 only D2, inside D2 only D3, inside D3 only D4. Like that only must be there. Then only this is possible. And while this is happening, it is removing along with the parent directories. Okay, along with the parent directories until D1. P represents parent, right? In mkdir you saw, and currently in rmdir also P1 is there. So let me create this structure first. Okay. Okay, now what I will do is, so any D1 is there here. Okay, what I will do is, okay, mkdir, what I'm doing is, okay, folder 1, folder 2, folder 3, folder 4, like that I'm creating. So create with the parent directories also, so I'm creating. Now implement -rmdir. Now currently there is no content inside the folder 1, folder 4. and inside folder 1 only folder 2 is there, inside folder 2 only folder 3 is there, inside folder 3 only folder 4 is there. Now what I am doing, I am trying to remove the directories. No, remove along with that. Now there is no folder 1, FOM1 is not there here. Now we can remove that one. Okay, so this is how we are going to implement using rmdir command. Okay, and I think 2 more slides I will spend for 3 more minutes. Okay, just we will complete this RM and tomorrow we will discuss on VA editor. So to remove a file or more than a file, more than one file. Okay, Naveen is asking one doubt. In this case, can we use RM without using RMDIRP? Yes, we can use RMDIRP command. Okay, no problem, we can use, because by using RM we can remove everything. But what if one of these directories contains some directory or some other files, important files are there in the hierarchy? What if some files are there? Then in that case, RMDIR, at least it will throw error. It will make you notice that some content is there. Be careful. Don't delete using RMDIR. If you know that content is not useful, please delete with RM. If you require that content, please don't remove. Okay, that is happening. That will be happened only through RMDIR. But if you implement the same RM command, then what happens? Though the content is there, content is not there, it will not bring to your notice. It will be removed. Once after the removal is happening, and if you come to know, okay, this file got removed, then what is the use? Content is lost. Okay, so that is the major advantage of RMDIR. Okay, right. Now RM command to remove a file or more than one file. So what is the command? So let us consider more. Yes, sorry. Okay, now what I am doing is currently I am going to create files like touch. Using touch I can create multiple files, right? Touch file like this I can create. Okay, 5 files I have created. Now if I want to remove a file, RM space F1. Okay, I can remove that one. Now it is going to ask whether I can remove this empty file or not. Okay, right, you can remove this, press enter. Okay, now if you want to remove multiple files, F2, F3, F4, F5 like this. Okay, yes, try to remove. F2 can I remove? Yes. Why? F4 yes, F4 yes, F5 yes, you have to. Okay, okay, once again I am creating these files. Okay, now again these files have come. Okay, now while asking, see, while removing these files, you are, instead of providing the single file, you can in fact RM F, after F one, only one particular alphabet must be there, one particular letter must be, one character only must be there. Okay, so type Y, you can remove, you can like this. Okay, you can provide all the confirmation. Now you don't want to ask for confirmation whether I can remove or not. Straight away you want to remove the files. So in that case you need to provide an option like -F. F represents forcefully. Okay, so currently there are no files, no F1 to F5 because I have just not removed. So try to create once again the touch command. Try to create the files once again. Now files have come. Now RM space -F, F question mark. Now what happened? It will straight away remove, it won't ask for the confirmation. Okay, so make sure that this file can be removable or not during your production time, and once you feel that okay, content can be removed, then you can straight away give -F option instead of giving Y for all the times it asks for confirmation. Okay, so this is how we can remove files using the RM command. Now -F for confirmation. Now to remove the directory having content, recursively it has to remove. Okay, the content is to be removed recursively. Recursively means again along with the subfolders and the content inside the subfolders, and again subfolders, all those content along with the directory that you have provided, all the content must be removed. Okay, so how you are going to do that one? So you are going to provide an option -R, and F is without, for not asking for confirmation. Okay, now let us consider D1 is there. Inside D1 files are there. Now if you try to use RMDIR D1, then what happens? Directory not empty, it is throwing an error. Now if you want to remove RM D1, Now what it will say, okay, D1, don't think that it is file, it is a directory. Okay, so RM, now you need to provide -r. Now whenever you are trying to provide only r, then in that case it will ask for each and every file for confirmation. So for that purpose, what you are going to do, for not asking the confirmation, you are directly providing -f option also. So rm space -rf D1. Now just press enter. The entire content, the D1 directory along with the content inside the D1 directory will also be removed. So that is what the purpose of rm space -rf. Okay, so is this, until this point, is this clear? Okay, Madhu, are you there at the machine? Madhu's response, okay. See, switching on the machines and going away from the machines will not be considered as present. Okay, okay, if you are having technical problem, that is okay, but please don't go away. That is the reason I am asking for the interactive sessions. Everyone has to respond, because I will ensure that you people are at the systems. Okay, right. So this is how actually we will delete. Right. So to delete a file interactively, okay, so rm space -r, that interactively means it will ask for the uh, by default, uh, whenever you are running rm command, it will by default, it will interactively, in the interactive mode only it will enable. That means, let us say for example, okay, you are having one file like test file 10 here, right? In the ls, test file 10 is there. Now rm space -if I test file 10. Now interactively means it will ask for confirmation. Okay, now just press y, it will be removed. Okay, now in the case if you want non-interactively means f, forcefully it will remove. Now if you use both the options, I option you will use, f option also you will use, then your I option will not show any effect, only f option will only showing effect. I for interactive, f for forcefully. Then in that case, if you provide both the options simultaneously, rm space -if test file 10, then in that case I will not have any effect, only f will be having, forcefully it get deleted. Okay, to delete the directory interactively and recursively. So that is the I is interactive and R for recursive, you can delete the directory. If both the options I and F are used simultaneously, then option I has no effect. Okay, so this is how actually you are going to remove the file. So do you have any questions at this point? Do you have any questions at this point? What is -I? I means interactive. Okay, interactive means what? Okay, if at all you are going to delete any file, so then please ask for confirmation whether the file is to be deleted or not. Interactive session, that is what I am requesting from you, right? Please be interactive. Okay, please talk with me. So you are asking that removal process also, talk with me by asking some confirmation. Okay, so that is what interact. Okay, so if both I and F, both you are putting in an option, something like rm space -if, R and both I and F you are using, then I does not have any effect on that. Okay, so this is how we are going to use cp, mv and rm command. So actually we are going very slowly. Only 2 days actually I spared for basic commands. So this is the time actually we ended the basic commands, and tomorrow we are going to start the visual editor. Okay, so VA editor, the more practice you have, the more knowledge you get, the more easier you work on the uh, VA editor. Okay, and VA editor, okay, I know the option, no need not worry, I remember everything and I will work on the files. No, not at all enough, not at all enough, and also zero knowledge you are getting. Your practice, complete practice actually, it will be giving you the knowledge. The fast, very fast editor. Okay, your fingers must move, your mind need not come to your fingers for instruction, you instruction, automatically your fingers will be giving you the instructions to the keyboard. It will only do. So that much faster you must become. That is what the requirement of the VA8 invention, in fact, very fast. Okay. So fine friends, so I am stopping at this point. Tomorrow we are going to start VA8. Actually today I made 5 minutes late. Okay. So because of some issues regarding, okay, that's okay, leave it. And tomorrow I will start again by sharp 7. I won't be delay. And okay, fine. So if you are having any issues, please you can raise the queries. If you are not having issues, then I am currently switching off, ending the meeting. Okay. So if at all, for example, tomorrow if I did not start recording from your side, actually one button will be there. If I forget, then please just check it out, and you can suggest me, then I will start recording. Today actually I'm extremely sorry, I could not record the session for 1 hour, okay, almost, um, concentrating only on the subject. Okay, so if you are having any queries, you can straight away ask me. Okay, this is my mail ID, mobile numbers, you already have that one. Fine. Yeah, fine. Yeah, good night, bye.